and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you who's on. All right, we're on.
Hi guys, it's Becca here from Miller's Crossing Design, and today I'm working on a custom. I've painted it in Paint Couture in a color called Abundance, but when I put it on, it's pretty, but it just kind of needed some depth and some warmth to it. So I'm pulling out my waxes, and I'm going to show you how I got this look using clear wax, white wax, and dark and decrepit dust. So I'm going to go ahead and start waxing with the clear wax. And I'm just using a Paint Pixie regular brush. I'm not using a wax brush because although I love wax brushes, it's not small enough for such a small piece. So, and I need to be able to get into the detail. I'm just going to take the white wax, I'm just going to dab it a little bit like this, and now I'm going to go in where I just did the clear. Okay, and I'm going to leave that alone for a second. If it gets too white, I can wipe away with a rag, but for right now, I'm just going to let that kind of harden up just a little bit, and I'm going to move over. I'm going to get clear wax again. I'm going to go over into this detail right here. And I'm going to dab in the white again. Same with down here on this detail. Clear, a little bit of white. And I'm going to let that sit just a little bit because it's really, really wet right now. And I don't want to, if I wipe it off, I'm going to wipe too much off. So I'm going to continue to do all of that in this detailed area here. And what's different with the Paint Couture versus DIY is it's acrylic based, so the color that it dries is exactly the color that you see. Whereas with the DIY paint, you would see a little bit of, it would darken once I put the clear wax on. So now I'm taking the clear wax, or dabbing the white wax and going back over where I was with the clear. So you can definitely interchange products. You know, you can use the DIY products with the Paint Couture, and you can use the Paint Couture products with the DIY to get that exact look that you want. I'm going to kind of dry brush over the detail. Get some clear in there and help move it around. Anybody have any questions, or anybody even watching?
Yeah, we got Megan, Patricia, hello Philip, hello Angela.
Okay, so you can see how the white is on there. Can you show them the difference between the white without using any of the brown wax yet? Brown dust. I'm going to kind of wipe off in some areas. A little heavy. I don't want it to look like I just...
Hi Ruth Ann.
I don't want it to look like I just slapped some white wax.
Angela, we're glad you love it.
Okay, so now the very important part is, I'm using the same brush for all of it. This is our product. I'm a little late to using it because I've used waxes and glazes for years that I kind of shied away from the dust, but I don't know if I'll ever go back. So the dust, it's exactly that, it's dust. So when you already have wax on your piece, you want to dab just a tiny, tiny bit, and you could go as heavy as you want or as light as you want with the decrepit dust. I'm going to go light, and I'm going to dab it a little bit, and now I'm going to put it in the detail. And it's just so easy to work with, and it gives you just a little bit of shadowing without like overwhelming yourself with a ton of, see, you can go real heavy with it, and then you can kind of wipe it off if that's too much. And it comes in white as well, so if you didn't want to do white wax, you could do the white powder. Okay, so what I did around this little guy is I took a little bit of the dust, I'm really just using a tiny bit, and I'm just creating a little shadowing kind of around this medallion. I'm kind of dabbing it, and then I'm going to brown brush over. And see how much darker it is than it is over here, so I'm going to use, ooh, crap. Ah, get off there. See, it comes right off. And I'm going to use my finger and I'm just going to...
Thanks, Angela. She is super talented.
Well, thank you. Just practice, practice, practice. Anybody can do this. Okay, so now you can see how I've got a little bit of that detailing in that medallion. And it's okay if it doesn't look exactly like this one, because when things age, they don't age exactly the same. So, let's see, I still have a little bit of brown on my brush, so I don't really have to dip it again, and it's perfect because it's just enough to give it a little bit. I don't want it to look dirty. I just want a little bit of an aging effect on it. So this is a customer's piece, and it was her grandmother's, and it meant a lot to her. And she has a lot of her grandmother's furniture, which she has kept wood. But this one was going in her new foyer that I helped her redesign, and she just wanted a little bit of pop of color since she had so much wood. So we found a coordinating color that she has going on in her dining room and stuff that we decided to go with Abundance, and I think it's going to give her foyer just a nice little pop of color, and it's giving new life to this precious piece that she loves.
Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Ellen.
So I'm kind of just lightly dusting the dust on, and then I'm gonna really wipe my brush, use my rag. You always want to have a rag handy, and kind of pull down. I'm pulling down. I'm not going to stop midway because I don't want brush marks. And then maybe I'll show them on the detail of the legs. And then also I'm kind of making sure I get more dust around the handles, around the detail pieces, because that's where, you know, dirt and stuff would naturally collect there. Okay, does that look all right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing with the legs. So I've got the clear with the legs. Just going to do a little bit of clear. You know, of course, I already still have a little bit of brown on the brush, but that's okay. Maybe go a little heavier because it's not wanting to go in there.
The name of the color is Abundance by Paint Couture. And we're using a white wax, a clear wax, and the Dark and Decrepit from DIY. Thanks, Kimberly. It's looking good.
Okay, so I got a little heavier with the dust on the legs, and then I'm just wiping it off. So yeah, I think that's about it. Anybody have any questions at all? And all these products are available on our website, or we are open 10 to 4 today, 10 to 4 tomorrow, and Monday we'll be open for a few hours for Columbus Day. So I hope you guys have a gorgeous weekend. It's beautiful here in New York. Me and Jules are going to get back to work. I'm going to finish this piece, and I think she's going live tomorrow to show you an acrylic pour pumpkin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a fabulous day.
Thanks for joining us.